Okay, folks. So right now I have a Yahrzeit candle that's lit in my room. That's why the lighting is a little bit strange right now. I got it for $1 at my workplace, and apparently it can run for 26 consecutive hours. So that just makes my, my cheap Indian American heart happy. So I understand that Yahrzeit related events and thoughts and feelings might be kind of solemn, morose, uh, kind of sad. But in my case, I actually feel kind of healed and uplifted, and I actually feel maybe a literal warm sensation in my heart when I think of the beautiful kind of virtues of my friend who passed away at the age of 29. So I was just speaking to my father, and I tried to get across to him that if you sit in the presence of someone who looks at you as though time doesn't exist, and who basically, how do I express this? If you're a man and you have loved a woman, truly, perhaps you can relate to this. I remember when I was 17, I was in my first maybe official romantic relationship, and I was sitting with my girlfriend at one point, and we were holding hands, and my entire body felt really calm. I don't know how she felt, you know, but I actually felt this sort of radiating warmth in my chest at that time, and there was a distinct experience of like, it's hard to capture this in words, but it was like a felt presence of pure timelessness. So there's a sort of selfless compassion and affection you can have for someone when you just sit with them and you behold what they are without judgment and with a sort of endless yearning to keep them safe. And sorry that the lighting is a little bit rickety right now, but I think once you have tasted that kind of affection, and you have tasted it more than once, um, someone sat with you, they looked at you, and they bore witness to your flaws and your pretenses, and everything that you crave and what you succumb to, and all your flaws and everything else, and they just kind of look at you with a certain smile, then you experience this sort of total inward, it's like an implosion and a collapsing of self-protective pretenses, conceits, preoccupations, goals, neuroses, worries. And when you have that experience of sort of timeless divine affection from someone, it can be in a romantic context, it doesn't have to be, then you understand that like so much of what we chase in modern society is a sort of poor, shitty substitute for that one thing that will just completely flatline your preoccupation with being something other than what you are. So I do have goals and ambitions. I'm sure that somewhere in my mind or being, there's a desire to prove myself impressive to people. I want to make some kind of positive impression, maybe to feel pride or to make people like me look good or something. But like, when you taste a certain kind of selfless affection, it will stop you in your tracks. You will not have any thought in your mind. You will not have any tension in your body. You will not have any capacity for worry. You will not fear anything. You will not want anything. You're just going to feel something strike you like a hammer blow from Hashem. And when that happens, everything that you've been preoccupying yourself with for your entire life is going to look hellishly pointless, okay? And then you're going to think, this experience is so holy, and I don't even know how to interpret it through a specific sacrosanct religious lens, but this is what I need to show to others, because when you have this, when you have access to this experience and when you give it to someone else, and you just walk around giving this experience to someone else, then you kind of save lives in a way that is extremely cost effective, to use a sort of plausibly autistic language. I don't know if this is just babbling, but like, I remember the experience of sitting with my girlfriend at 17, and then I remembered another, it was a romantic relationship in which I and, a girlfriend were just, all we would really do is just like laugh and do stupid stuff, like wash each other's hair with shampoo over the sink and whatnot. And I felt the same sort of, it was like a release from the neurotic preoccupation with past and future, okay? This is not a prescriptive endorsement of living in the present. This is saying that if you orient yourself in the right way toward others, and you just choose to bear witness to everything they are, just give enough time to just look at them, then you'll be emptied out of any sort of base craving, and you're just going to be like, I want to treat this person like they're God or something. Maybe that sounds insane. Maybe this sounds insane, Maybe my whole YouTube channel is just the ramblings of an insane man. But once you taste this kind of affection, it kills your neuroticism, your fear, your self-consciousness, your lust, your desire to appear a certain way, whether to yourself or to others, now or ever. And then you're just left with the moment and what you are. And you sort of realize, like, this is what all my ancestors suffered for. It's not necessarily so I'm going to build, the next Trevi fountain or something. It's just, the point of any leisure time is to kind of train oneself to maybe dispense this sort of, it's like a sacred moment, Right now I'm a little bit fatigued from work, so I don't know if this is plausibly drunken or intoxicated in some way. But effective altruism concerns itself with cost-efficiently saving lives and reducing suffering. And if you develop a certain dispensation toward others that's based on a deep, sort of transcendent desire to just get them to stop suffering, eventually that kind of leaks out into your interactions with others. And I don't know, everything else you do and spend money on just seems kind of stupid. So yeah. Those who do not love do not know God.